Let's bring in my radio idol and the voice of Houston, the man, the myth, Michael Berry. And just so you know, folks, Michael Berry does not normally do mornings. So I want to thank you so much for coming in today.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here with you. And Lois is as beautiful as promised.
And she got all dressed up today?
All dressed up for the morning show.
Every now and then you got to do that.
Every now and then. And she wears nice headsets so it doesn't mess her hair up.
And she smells good, too.
And I can smell her all the way over here.
Yeah, the studio's
big day. You're being introduced to Houston.
Yeah.
This is momentous, we hope, for many years, but if you're not any good, a couple of weeks. And on this, your big introduction day, in 1946, the bikini was introduced. And I thought, how appropriate.
No kidding. So
1946, and on 1954, on this date, That's All Right Mama, Elvis Presley's first studio recording. Launched his career, yes.
I had no idea.
My idol, yes. In fact, I enter my show to Elvis's introduction, and I often wear a cape. You may not know that.
I thought you were going to wear the robe and the velvet slippers today. You were telling me.
Look on my first day, as promised, didn't deliver because my wife put it in the dry cleaning, so it shrunk. And everything would be out of proportion.
So we're talking about the freedom of church and state. We're talking about the freedom from religion and the discussion of whether or not schools should be allowed to have a prayer before graduation ceremonies. I know you've talked about this on your show. Your thoughts on this? I don't know if you heard the atheist we just had on.
Well, I did. I mean, what it really gets down to, it's not a constitutional basis for any of this. What it gets down to is some people who grew up atheists or who grew up in the church and later rejected that, angry over a cultural issue of organized religion that they don't like. Their mom dragged them to church on Wednesday night and Monday night and prayer group and devotion and deacon, and they're angry about that. And so they want to lash out at the church and prevent anybody from ever doing that, prevent them from having to have those feelings again. The Constitution does not make that provision. In fact, Thomas Jefferson's concern was of a church being attacked, not an individual in the secular world.
And he wrote a letter to the Danbury Baptists trying to back them off, trying to calm them down a little bit. And that is where the whole idea of the separation of church and state came from.
He was worried about the Danbury Baptist Church being attacked by other attacking other religions, not attacking any a secular environment. I mean, we have to remember that was church on church, religion versus religion, not religion versus not.
Are you going to hang around for another segment? Can we keep you here if we warm up your coffee?
Sure, this is a big day.
It is, and it doesn't get any bigger than to have Michael Berry sitting in with us, and we'll come back. We'll talk more with Michael, the idol of all that are in talk radio. Michael Berry joining us in the studio today, and I love your shirt. Is there a place where I can get a shirt like that? Can I afford a shirt like that?
Galveston, just an hour to the south, which did you get to visit this weekend?
We did not get down there this weekend.
Part of your introduction to the greater Houston area is you have to get down to Galveston.
And I know Lois was also going to try and get down to Galveston, but we thought over the 4th of July holiday would probably be pretty busy down there.
Yeah, it usually is. Yeah. But it's very affordable. I mean, people will compare it to the Florida shores or other beaches, and it's not that, but it's a good getaway, an hour away, very affordable, a lot of fun, island culture. Good stuff.
Now, you and I were talking the last time that I was on your show. Folks were going to give you, your listeners, give you some spots that Lois and I should visit to have dinner, places around the Houston area. Did you come up with a list? I mean,
we don't have a final list yet, but they did start rolling in. They consisted mostly of our favorite fried chicken, barbecue, so you will get fatter.
All right.
I mean, this is a city to eat. I mean, it really is. Great restaurants par excellence. Houston does not get the credit it deserves for the great restaurants we have. It's amazing.
And so you'll send me that list?
I will be sending you that list, and you will be required to test them, yes.
And have you found, I mean, you are Houston, and when I came into town, of course, I'm listening to Michael Berry. I've listened to you for an awfully long time. When we talk about the things that we talk about here of a conservative nature here in the city of Houston, I mean, it's amazing to me that we're having discussions about veterans who cannot use the word God or speak the name of Jesus, or schools that can't have a prayer before graduations. I mean, it is, I believe, time for everyone to kind of stand up, and I think that you might believe this as well, and really push back from this. And it all starts right here in a place that I believe is one of the most conservative spots in the country.
Well, it is, but I'll tell you, one of the most heartening set of emails I got, and I put my emails into files so that I can look at how many I received on each topic. It was the number of people who said they were atheist, agnostic, or non-Christian who said, but I believe that a private burial is a private burial. I mean, the freedom of religion means that one woman, because she's angry at the church for not liking her lifestyle or whatever her issue is, cannot say to veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice for us and their families that they can't have a private burial. I think what you're seeing is a trend, and these things go in cycles, of government overreaching, government offending, government dictating. And so people are realizing the cost of silence, and they realize the silent majority is not something to be proud to be a member of.
Will you be addressing this further on your show later this afternoon?
Big issue today, with the big rally, as Lois was talking about yesterday. And the really neat thing about that is that's an issue this station owns. Nick Reikovic actually broke that story. It's been picked up around the country. It was just an enterprising reporter that saw a story that other people didn't, and it became big news. He shed some light, and that's what the news should do.
And that's what makes this radio station great. And I thank you for spending the time, getting dressed up, and coming down this morning.
I'm proud to be a part of a big, historic, momentous, big day. So congratulations.
And you've made it that much bigger. We appreciate it. Michael Berry, KTRH's own Michael Berry, joining us here this morning.